good? What is good? What is good, everybody? This is Brian Mazik, aka Franchise Play with Ask FP, and I got a lot of stuff going on today. First of all, it's my birthday. I appreciate everybody who knew, who said something about it on Twitter or social media, period. I appreciate that. I also got a cold, so if I'm looking a little rough or rougher than normal, because I'm kind of rough looking, I guess. If I'm looking a little rough, that's the reason why. But let's jump into the question of the day. Comes from Fruity Pebbles. I don't make it up. I'm telling you, I promise you I did not make it up. But Fruity Pebbles says, who are the top 10 in-ring performers of all time? So I thought this was a really good question, because I actually talk about this kind of stuff a lot. So number 10 was Rey Mysterio. Thought he was awesome in the ring. Obviously didn't have the strength or whatever, but just dynamic, just performer, yes. Jeff Hardy was number 9. I got, Kofi Kingston is number 9. I got Jeff Hardy, number 8. I got Stone Cold Steve Austin, number 7. Don't you sleep on Stone Cold as an in-ring performer. He was very, 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 very good. Okay, so I need you to understand that. I got number 6. I got Bret Hart. Okay, number 5. I got Shelton Benjamin. Y'all sleep. Shelton Benjamin was amazing in the ring. Also, number 4, I got Morrison. Jim Morrison, Johnny Nitro, Johnny, whatever you want to call him. Yes. Number 3, HBK. Yes, Shawn Michaels. Number 2, y'all gonna go crazy. I'm telling y'all gonna go crazy. Number 2, I got Cesaro. The in-ring product right now is better than it ever has been. It's the mic issues that are not good. So I'm not saying these guys are better superstars than some of these guys that are ahead of them. But as far as just in-ring, which is what this is supposed to be based on, yeah, this is what we're talking about. Number 1, in my opinion, is Seth Rollins. Best in-ring performer I've ever seen. He really has no weaknesses. Y'all can hate on it in the comments right now, but there it is. So the second question that we had to zip back, because that one took a little bit longer. Somebody said, Oklahoma City are they ever gonna win the NBA Finals? Yeah, they're gonna win at some point. Well, if Durant leaves, then you never know. But I do think at some point it will be their time. 25 to Life says, they were asking about this season. I don't think Oklahoma City wins this season. No, I don't think that either. 25 to Life says, who had a better first 6 years of their career? Was it Allen Iverson or Dwayne Wade? This is interesting. You know, obviously Iverson has a ton of fans, you know, the swag, and then he's actually going to come up in a later question. But I'd have to say it's Dwayne Wade, because why? Because he won a championship within his first 6 years. AI never won a championship, so I would give it to Wade. Long says, will there be new hairstyles in NBA 2K16? Without knowing for sure yet, because I believe I will probably be finding out for sure a little bit later on this week. But without knowing for sure, I would say yes. I would be shocked if there aren't at least some. You know, I don't know if they're going to go full out Kelly Oubre, you know, Swaggy P style or whatever, but I think there should be. Sports Lover says, after being cut recently, will Tim Tebow ever be an NFL starter or even a backup quarterback? Sadly, I think the answer to that question is no. And I say sadly because I'm a fan of Tim Tebow. Have been since he kind of came into the NFL. I'm not saying Tim Tebow has what it takes to be a great starting quarterback, a star and all that. But what blows me, it blows me that he has completely been written off as even a possibility of a decent quarterback after he actually has shown flashes. He took a team to the playoffs. Okay, so it's like people act like that didn't exist, or that was some kind of freaky time warp type of thing. That actually happened. So when I hear people just completely dismiss his chances, it kind of boggles my mind. I do know that the offense would have to be catered to him, but I don't know. I don't think he's as much of a lost cause as people say, but because football works the way it works, yeah, I don't think he'll ever get a chance. I don't think he'll ever make it that far up on a depth chart. Jerry Thomas says, is create a show on WWE 2K16 actually story designer? No, there's no story designer. We actually had that confirmed. I can't remember who said it, but it was confirmed. there will not be a story to, you won't be able to like this create a story like you could in earlier 2K games, WWE games, I should say. Sharuk Rahat said the top 5 in-ring feuds of all time. So I had to write this one down too. I would say, and you can put these in whatever order you want to put them in. No, you can't. I'm going to put them in order. Number 5, Hulk Hogan against Randy Savage. Okay? Hulk Hogan against Andre is number 4. Number 3, y'all gonna say I'm crazy, but Evolution versus The Shield. I thought it was an amazing feud. Short, I thought it was amazing. Number 2 is Stone Cold versus The Rock. And number 1 would have to be Stone Cold versus Mr. McMahon. Stone Cold, top 2 feuds in WWE history, in my opinion. Sharuk Rahat also says, would the Attitude Era have been the same without Stone Cold, and how much did Stone Cold impact the Attitude Era? Absolutely not. It would not have been the same. Would they have had some success? Maybe. But I'll be honest, I think Stone Cold is probably the biggest reason that the WWE ended up winning the Monday Night Wars, on top of the fact that they had more money and they were able to buy things out. But Stone Cold, at one point, I think he was one of the biggest reasons to still be watching WWE TV at that time, when WCW was whooping WWE's butt. So there it is. That's the way I see it. Just to remind you guys, we did have to go to we had to trim it down to the 25 questions this time. So if you didn't get in, that's why. Sorry, kind of had to do that, because the response has been really great, and I appreciate you guys. Sports Lover says, will Doug Martin truly make a comeback this year? Comebacks for running backs. It's kind of an odd thing. It doesn't generally go over as well as you might think it could, and he had those knee injuries, and I don't know. I really don't know. I'm nervous about that. If you're thinking about picking him in fantasy, you may want to be late to the party on that one, unless you can get him really late in your draft. So I don't know if that was the reason behind the question, but there it is. Now, Spitshine Tommy had some good questions. He really did. I almost put this one up. He says this was really close to going up. He says, in your opinion, what are the 3 most unbreakable records in sports? To me, they're all baseball, and that's because just how much the game has changed. So 511 wins by Cy Young in a career, that will never, ever, ever be duplicated. Guys don't take that many starts, and so on and so forth. So the rest of them are baseball too. You could pretty much pick any complete game type of record. You got like 59 wins in a season by Old Hoss Robert, and then you got 749 career complete games by Cy Young. It's crazy. Those are the ones those will never be broken. Spitshine Tommy says, which do you think has a better chance of happening? A batter hitting 400 for a season, or a pitcher reaching 300 career wins? This is really good question, Spitshine Tommy. It really is. For me personally, I think a pitcher reaching 300 career wins is still the most probable. Yeah, I know about Tommy John surgery, but you have so many guys coming back from Tommy John surgery and being stronger and better off afterwards. Not saying it's a good thing or anything like that, but that longevity, and you don't have the pressure situation that you have with today's media and such and so on and so forth. If a guy's hitting 395 going into the last week of the season, the media attention is going to be ridiculous. It's just hard to imagine how a guy could maintain and still hit 400 in today's day and age. Simon Torvey Sunderland says, with 2 recent horrific neck injuries in American football, should the rules be changed? I definitely think something has to be done. It's it's going to change the game quite a bit. Game's already changed a lot, but you got to put people's safety first. And clearly, athletes are bigger, stronger, faster, all of that. And man, if you got people truly getting hurt, like the guy from the Packers who had to retire, he was told that if he took another hit, he might be done, like in life. So yeah. Jovan Radvanovic says, what are your Eurobasket predictions after the first 2 games? Well, I'm going to stick with what I had from the beginning. I think that France, Spain, and my dark horse is Greece. But France and Spain are clearly the favorites. I think it depends on how healthy and how much of a Tony Parker France has, because I think he's the real key. I mean, yes, they got Nicolas Batum and they got other guys, Petrus, but I don't know. Spain obviously is perennially strong, but I really think that Giannis Antetokounmpo could really blow up in Eurobasket and carry that over into the NBA season. So that's why Greece is my dark horse. Will Breedlove says, does Jimmy Butler have the potential to be a Hall of Famer? Wow. That's pretty lofty. To me, in order for Jimmy Butler to go to the Hall of Fame, the Bulls have to win one or more championships with him there. If that doesn't happen, I can't imagine. I just cannot imagine him making it. I just can't. I can't imagine. I mean, he's a good player, but a Hall of Fame is for great players. I don't think he'll ever be a great player. He's a good player. Will Breedlove says, who is eligible for the Basketball Hall of Fame this year? Well, there's really only two guys of any. I'll be honest, there's really only one guy who's really probably going to get in, and that would be Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson deserves 100% to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. If he's not, there is a really lot of garbage in the game, because he deserves to be in a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, if you're wondering why I keep looking over to the right, because Venus Williams and Serena Williams are playing, and it's double match point right now for Serena, and the serve is up, and it was an ace, and she beat her sister. And she doesn't like to beat her sister, I understand, but you know, that's a pretty cool moment though right there. So Dylan Freeman comes in with the one guy to go. Is it Petty, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Sr., or Jeff Gordon? Me personally, don't everybody get mad at me. I personally think the one that's got to go out of this is Dale Earnhardt Sr. I mean, yes, he was awesome and he was dominating. You know, he was doing his thing, right? But I just feel that during Jeff Gordon's era of domination, Jimmy Johnson's era of domination, and obviously we don't even have to talk about the King, Richard Petty, I just feel like the era of domination was less for the dominator. That's just me. So people might get mad, you know, obviously he passed away and rest in peace, but that doesn't, you know, necessarily mean that I have to say he's the one that doesn't have to go. So Devon Martinez has a one got to go. Adrian Peterson, Jamal Charles, Marshawn Lynch, or Le'Veon Bell. For me personally, I can't look at this any other way except if we're talking about like this season, the one that's got to go for me is Marshawn Lynch, because I predict a little bit of a fall off. He's at that age. Also, I don't know if he has the motivation. If we're talking about a career, it has to be Le'Veon Bell. He's accomplished the least out of everybody on this of these four guys. So I don't know. Adrian Peterson definitely at an age, but Adrian Peterson is going to be running with anger this year. I think he's primed for a humongous season, as long as he doesn't get hurt, of course. Devon Martinez says, what WWE superstars could have been great champs but never got a push? Now, when you say could have been a great champ, I'm thinking about like WWE champ is what I'm thinking, right? So for me personally, I keep saying for me personally, and I'm saying that, do I say that all the time? I'm saying that a lot today. I don't even know why. But to me, Mr. Perfect is one of the first ones that jumps out to me. He had pretty much everything. The mic work, he was really good in the ring. He almost made my top 10 in the ring list. Could have very well made it. And Dolph Ziggler, who was another one, almost made my top 10 list. Dolph Ziggler was a world heavyweight champion, but I think Dolph has the it factor to carry the whole promotion. He just doesn't get the push. Austin Edmonds says, just a quick question. Who's better, Steph Curry or Anthony Davis? It's very hard to compare two guys that don't play the same position, but without a question, without a doubt, in my opinion, Anthony Davis is better. Steph is amazing. Steph is amazing. He is truly amazing. He's one of the, 2-3 best players in the league right now. 3-4 best players in the league right now for sure. And I mean, he's amazing. But Anthony Davis is something on a whole nother level of the game. I mean, he really is. He just, he is. So I would have to give Anthony Davis the edge. Dylan Freeman says, thoughts on Tom Brady getting his 4-game suspension negated? I mean, I think it's a good thing for the Patriots for sure. The NFL, man, right now feels so corrupt. It's almost like you feel dirty just talking about the NFL right now. That's like where we are, you know, and it's crazy. I mean, you got, you know, all of the off the field issues that seems like it's everywhere in the NFL. You got, you know, Deflategate. Then you got the cover up of Spygate coming out now that we talking about Deflategate. Too many gates. You know what I'm saying? Way too many gates. And it's just crazy. Dylan Freeman says the first shout out is to Matt Epting for getting question of the week last week. He sure did. He asked a couple questions this week. I didn't put him in, not because I didn't like him. It was like some one guy that goes and he has like some pictures of some goldfish and a picture of what could have been him in a chicken suit. I don't know what was going on, Matt. I don't know. Just say no, sir. But anyway, he says, Dylan Freeman says, will Duke repeat? Will Duke repeat? Duke has a really good team, but I don't think they repeat. I think Kentucky is going to win again this year. Not like they won last year, but I think they're going to win. A lot of people may not think that because, you know, but I think their team this year is more of a team as opposed to a collection of first-year guys. Tyler Euler's coming back is huge, humongous. Then you also have you still have the big-time guys like Scal Labissiere, who's leading the overall Kentucky who led the recruiting class last year. So, yeah, they're going to be good. They're going to be really good. Dylan Freeman says, who do you think will be in the National College Football Playoff this year? Well, obviously I got the 4 teams. I got Ohio State, and I'm not going to rank them, but I'm going to give you the 4. I got Ohio State. I got Alabama. I got Auburn. Here's a little bit of a surprise. I got USC. Man, I was so impressed with them in week 1. I mean, I think they're going to be one of the stories all season, as long as Steve Sarkisian doesn't do something that just takes all the attention off of his players, you know. But yeah, I mean, I really like USC. Fruity Pebbles is back. Fruity Pebbles is back. He wants to know my World Series predictions. Now you already know. I'm not gonna go Homer. I'm not gonna go all Homer on you, even though. Okay, I am going to go a little Homer, but it's not Homer. It's basically, this is really truly what I believe. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I love the Cubs. But I think the Cubs are going to go to the World Series. I do. I believe it. I just, man, those guys right now, they're playing. It's all, the playoffs in baseball is obviously about doing well through the season and get to the playoffs. But it's about who's playing the best baseball when the postseason starts. Show me another team in the National League playing better than the Cubs. Overall, like the last month and a half. I think they're a beast right now. They're beasting. And I think they play the Kansas City Royals in the World Series. It's my pick. Nightwing says, are you going to create all the college teams on NBA 2K16 if it has a created team? Now, it does have a created team. Now, I can't create them all because, like, what is it? 128 Division I schools? But you could. Here's what you could do. You could have like a 32, like 30 team type of a league, weird type of thing with college basketball. You could really do it. You could do it. And I've been thinking about it. Nightwing, I've been thinking about it. Pippin, I've been thinking about it, right? Oh my God, I've been thinking about it. So I might do something where I do like 32, 230, or maybe the top 60 or whatever. Oh my God. You know how dope that would be. Only thing of it is you just can't do the 35-second shot clock and stuff, so it kind of sucks. And then Noel says, do you think my Broncos will get to the Super Bowl this year? No. Sorry, Brandon. I don't think so. I think Peyton Manning's health is failing him. I really think he probably should have retired at the end of last season, but I don't think they're going to make it. I think they will win the division, but they won't run away with it the way they have in previous seasons. I think they'll win the division at like 11-5, and you know, Kansas City might be 10-6 or 9-7. But yeah, I don't think I don't think they get a first round bye. I don't. So that's it. I appreciate everybody watching. God bless and peace.